Hello, 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 Kingdom Builders. I'm back. So you would notice that I am on here quite early than my usual time slot, but I'm going to share with you just a new time changes. But for those of you that's tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Dr. Megan Brainerd. I'm excited to be here. For those of you that have never heard my voice or any of my content, my name is Dr. Megan Brainerd. I'm the founder of the Wealthy Kingdom Authors Academy as well as Purpose Midwife Publishing. So I am an international best-selling author, a speaker, as well as a publisher for movement builders and high-achieving women of faith called to transform lives in the marketplace. So what I do, I partner alongside these leaders and I help them to amplify their voices as well as authority through publishing, as well as empowering them to build God-aligned author brands. So if that is you, welcome, welcome. Get into the room wherever you are tuning in from every nation, wherever you are listening or watching from, hearty welcome. So today's topic is really about the book that God has called us to steward. And I wanted to go into this topic because what I've seen a lot of times in the marketplace with marketplace leaders as well as visionaries and women of faith in business is a lot of times when we are writing books, we get distracted because the focus should not really be about, be about us. It should be about the problem that we are solving for the reader. So I want to go more into that because this is going to help you not just to market your message in a way that feels authentic, but will also attract aligned clients in your business. So if that is you, let me know in the comments. If you are ready just to get started, just comment align. I want to make sure that you walk away with practical steps so that you can show up not just boldly, but also courageously in your sphere of influence. So whether you are called to the marketplace to help change lives for people that has health struggles, whether you are called to the marketplace to help leaders activate their giftings, whatever sphere you have been called into, and you've written a book on it, or you're in the process of writing a book on it, the reason why he called you is because whatever message he has given you is connected to your destiny. It's connected to your purpose. It's connected to your calling. So this is going to help you because when you shift your focus, I promise you, you will be aligned, not just for breakthrough, but to run a profitable business. And the shift that I'm talking about today, if you just joined in, and also for those watching the replay, when we shift from, this book, even though your name is on the cover of the book, of course, you're the vessel, right? God is going to use you. But the oil, the anointing, the words the Holy Spirit gives you to write about, the topics, the message, your life story that He has converted into life lessons, it serves a purpose. So my topic today is your book is more than a personal project, but it is a prophetic assignment. When you get that, everything will change. Not just in your personal life, not just in your spiritual life, but in your author business. Because that means that everything that you build, everything that you create, everything that you launch is connected to someone else's breakthrough. I want you to type breakthrough in the comments. Your obedience is connected to someone else's breakthrough. So when you don't write the book, when you don't publish the book, when you don't grow the movement, there's people assigned right now to your life as well as your business that is waiting on you to step into that unfamiliar territory. They are waiting for you to, step into that next transition phase, and they are waiting for you to say yes to the next level season that God has already prepared for you. So how does this work practically, right? So when you do the shift and you're shifting from, this book is about me, even though it is, but ultimately it's to give God the glory, right? If you are partnering with God in your business, I'm speaking about if you are a scribe, I'm speaking about if you're a kingdom author, and you are building a God-aligned movement, It's about the mandate that he has given you. It's about the mantle that he has given you. You are your community's Moses, right? You are your community's Joshua. You are leading them into the promised land. And what that looks like is that when it comes to making a profit in your business, it's not so much more than just about, about gathering the finances. It's so much more than, just having a certain amount of money in the bank account. No, I'm speaking about wholeness. I'm speaking about your faith tank being full. I'm speaking about you being a kingdom financier so that you can sow into the movement, so that you can sow into someone else's vision, right? You being able to have the capacity to carry the weight of the assignment. So if you are an author and you have been called not just to write one book, but multiple books, maybe a series, perhaps you even collaborating in a multi-author book project, and you've been a co-author. Maybe you want to curate your own book project, or perhaps you want to relaunch your book. If you find yourself in any of those categories, when you shift and you allow God to guide you as to how he wants you to, number one, structure, if you are writing another book, structure your manuscript, what to include in the book, or even strategies for you to implement after you've pressed publish or after you've launched a book, to partner with him and to allow him to breathe new life into the idea that he has given you. I know sometimes we get in the way. Sometimes we believe that, we know all the things, we have all the strategies, we have the tools, but even though that might be the case, we can still be out of alignment. So I want to make sure that you and I, we have the tools, we have the know-how, but also we have the wisdom to know when to launch, who to partner with, and exactly the messaging that we need to put out there so that we can call in and we can, speak to the people that God has assigned to us. That should be our focus. So the next time that he calls you to write another book, or if you are sitting with your book right now that you have published a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, he wants to breathe new life into that. He wants to give you divine strategy so that you can impact more lives, right? He wants to give you tools so that you can automate your business and put systems in place so that you can scale your author business, right? And what that looks like is when you are branching out, when you are expanding, when he has given you idea, we don't allow fear to creep in, we don't allow doubt to creep in, and we don't allow uncomfortability to creep in. But we say yes regardless, right? We get visible regardless of how we feel, because it is all about obedience. So if he gave you a price tag for your next offer that you are supposed to be making, if you are a coach or consultant, put it out there, because they're not going to know what to come to you for. So if you are building a course, a program, a membership of some sort, a cohort from your book, you need to, put on that price tag and to say, you know what, I wrote this book, whether it's 3 years ago, it was 1 year ago. And the next step for you to get a bigger transformation is in my program, which is 2,500, say it with boldness, say it with confidence. Or the next step for you to, get results from what you've read in my book is my $5,000 program. And in that way, you are structuring your business in a way so that you can go out there and do the things that God has called us to do. We need to create multiple streams of income from the ideas that God has given us. Once again, the book is so much more than just us ticking off author. There's a bigger picture. And we need to trust God. We need to pray and ask him, what role do you want me to play in my community? What role do you want me to play in a global sphere? What role do you want me to play where I currently find myself? And then you plan accordingly. Because a lot of times what we do, especially if we are building author businesses, is we're looking at strategies, we're looking at the things, and we are investing our time and our energy on ideas or on things that is not bearing the fruit or giving us the results that we want. So we need a different strategy. We need to get into the room we need to activate, and we need to make sure that we are aligned with someone that's a catalyst in order for us to move into our next level season. So if you want to know how that looks like, I invite you. I've got a free masterclass coming up, November 21st at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. That is 7 p.m. South African Standard Time. That is 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I want to make sure that you have the tools that you need for the year 2026, that you no longer spend your time and energy on things that is no longer serving you or your business. Perhaps you need to stop watering down your message. Perhaps you need to, stop doubting what God has given you and just implement the strategies. There's ideas, there's launch packages, there's cohorts that is sitting on your laptop right now that He wants you to implement. So if you like, okay, send me the details, let me know down below, or send me a direct message and with the word align, and I'll be sure to get the sign up link to you. So this is a free masterclass. Usually I charge $97. This is the second round. It's called the God Aligned Author Brand Lab. But the focus for this particular class, which will be 90 minutes of prophetic activation, is going to be creating multiple streams of income with your book. Short story, when I started out in coaching and consulting, I only had the coaching business. But as I was prophetically pre-journeying with the Lord, every Monday I sat in my business and I had business meetings with God. And He showed me 5 ways for me to create incomes from my book. And from that, I now empower my clients in my incubator cohort how they can do exactly the same. So I'm not only coaching and consulting, but from that was birthed. From the seed that I sowed after I gave my yes, I also birthed my publishing business 2 years ago, as well as consulting, as well as speaking. So there's ways for you beyond the book sales to run a profitable business. And I'd love to share those amazing tools, as well as my signature blueprint with you. So remember, comment or send me a direct message with the word align, and I will be sure to get the sign up link to you. So we will be meeting again next week, Wednesday. It won't be the same time, but it will be the same place. So we're meeting every Wednesday from now onwards for this month, 7 a.m. Central Standard, that is 8 a.m. Eastern Standard, and that is 3 p.m. South African Standard Time. Let me know which of the steps that I shared resonates with you. Also, let me know what you will be doing in your business right now so that you can get visible to those people that God has assigned to you. Have an amazing day, and I will speak to you soon. God bless.